Welcome to this daily guided meditation practice. This is the Attentive Mind. My name is Nathan, and I'll be guiding you through this meditation practice today. You have found yourself a comfortable and sturdy position. Your eyes can be either closed or open. And we begin by simply allowing this moment to be exactly as it already is. Beginning to let go of this little control freak within us, the one that wants to get things done, accomplish, learn, plan, and just settling right here. Very simple. There's nowhere to go, nothing to do, and no one to become. You are here. That's all. Now begin to gently move your attention to the breath, this gentle rhythm, this rising and falling that only happens here and now. Just watch it. What does it feel like to breathe? You may notice how each inhalation is slightly different than the next. Gentle or subtle pleasure that happens with each breath. Just breathing. rising, falling, rising. Are you with the breath? Or am I interrupting you talking to yourself? Making a plan in your head, contemplating, worrying, remembering, thinking. And notice if you were lost in thought, how when you're thinking, you're no longer noticing the breath. It's kind of lost in lieu of a fantasy. So here the task is very simple. When you notice that you're lost in a thought, gently return to the breath again. Not in a forceful way and not judging ourselves. Not getting angry if we're getting off the boat, or just a gentle return for no reason at all. Allow thinking to become like the sound of birds outside your window. Remain with the breath, rising and falling. Come back. Come back to breathing. Notice how it feels that you somehow are above your breath. In some way or another, you are looking down from someplace up above to the breath, as if you exist more in your head. See if you can drop this so-called point of view. Move this place you feel you are down through the neck, into the chest, and into the breath wherever you're feeling it the most. In other words, notice the breath as the breath, not from the head, not from a place above. Breathing knowing itself. Breathing as the breath. Okay, you can look at the screen. We feel to be like we exist somehow behind our eyes and in between our ears. That right now you're not watching this video from right here, you're watching it from up here, right? Somehow you feel to be this thing that is inside the head that controls the body. So we say things like, I have a body. I have legs. My legs. My hands. Those are your hands, not my hands. Hmm? So we feel to be something that has a body. And when we simply investigate it, when we look, okay, what is that thing? What do you see? You can't go there. There's no thingness. I can't cut open your head and find you. I find a brain. Is that you? We say my brain. Whose brain? Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is, for one, meditation, or what we're doing here, especially from the tradition that I've come from, that we're investigating our sense of self. So today I asked you to breathe and to notice the breath. And for most of us, and I'm assuming this is you, you felt like you were up here. And you may still do. That you're up here looking down at the breath, looking downwards, because you're up here, right? This is where everything happens. But if you were able to follow the instruction to drop that view of being up here and down to the breath, you may have noticed that you can feel to be anywhere in your body. The little command center can move wherever. Now, what's happening here? Now, if you didn't feel that, of course, that's okay. It's not immediately intuitive for people to just do that. It takes a little bit more of mindfulness training, a little bit more ability to direct attention. So don't worry if you can't, just practice. But if you did, if you were able to move this breath, and then as the breath, you notice the breath, awareness recognizes itself in a way. That shows us that this sense of being a me, a central thing, is phony. It's a thought. It's a matter of attention. In fact, where we're always having our attention is where we feel to be. Which is why I call this channel the Attentive Mind. Because this practice is really a matter of attention. When we have your attention stuck up here with thinking all the time, we feel to be that thinking. That's me thinking. Let me think about this. I don't know, thinking. And let me look out from here. But you can move it, or you can turn to look at it. And it starts to crumble. It doesn't even start to do anything because it's not even there. There's no center to your experience. Although we place one. And a lot of the times when we are trying to find mental clarity, mental health, when we're trying to become happier and more clear and well, we're trying to do it with this. We're trying to think about it. When really sanity comes from getting out of your mind, getting out of your head, seeing what it is, seeing what's going on. When thoughts aren't this constant I-ness, me-ness, centeredness. You have to go out of your mind if you want to be sane. Because one that is always in their mind all the time, just like Douglas Harding says in his book On Having No Head, if we are always in our heads, always thinking, Then we become stiff. Everything has to be kind of perfect, things don't go our way. We don't really have a openness. We're like a bridge that was tightened too tight, and the first gust of wind blows it over. A bridge needs a little movement, a little sway to be strong and sturdy. And in the same way, if we're always in our minds, we have no sway. So we're insane. Life becomes harder than it is. So leaving this with the practice, moving our sense of self away from it, just bringing our attention to the breath alone. Get out of the head. And you'll see how the mind heals itself. Stops chasing and running and worrying and caring and wanting this and wanting that and not getting it and blah, 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 blah. Just like leave it all alone. Come back right here. The path to sanity and to well-being isn't by thinking about it. It's by getting out of your head. Thank you for showing up today. As always, and without exception, I'll see you tomorrow.